Many people quietly ask this question: why does my mind always jump to the worst possible outcome? They're not trying to be dramatic. They're not negative people, and they don't need to be fixed. They're dealing with a brain that's doing exactly what it is supposed to do: scan for danger. This question shows up frequently in therapy. People say things like, I can't turn my mind off. I know it's unlikely, but it feels real. I'm always bracing for something bad. This pattern has a name many recognize: catastrophizing. Labeling it isn't enough. What matters is why it happens. At its core, worst case imagining is not a flaw. It's a protective strategy shaped by stress, uncertainty, or past experiences where being unprepared had consequences. When the nervous system perceives threat, real or remembered, the brain shifts into protection mode. In this state, the amygdala, which is the brain's alarm system, becomes more active. The prefrontal cortex, which is the area of the brain that processes logic and perspective, goes offline. The brain prioritizes speed over accuracy. The result: thoughts that feel urgent, vivid, and believable even when they are unlikely. Common contributors include chronic stress or burnout, past trauma or unpredictable environments, anxiety disorders, perfectionism or over responsibility, major life transitions or uncertainty. The brain isn't asking, is this likely? It's asking, what could go wrong so I can prevent it? Imagine this: someone's partner doesn't respond to a text. Within minutes, the mind fills in the gaps. They're upset with me. Something bad happened. Is our relationship ending? Nothing has actually happened, but the body reacts as if it has. Heart rate increases, muscles tense. The scenario feels true. This isn't imagination gone wild. It's your nervous system trying to regain control. A common question therapists hear: if I know these thoughts aren't logical, why can't I stop them? Because logic alone doesn't calm a stressed nervous system. You can't think your way out of a survival response. You have to restore safety first, then thinking follows. Around 1 in 5 adults experience an anxiety disorder at some point. Studies show people with anxiety overestimate threat likelihood and underestimate coping ability. The brain's threat bias increases under sleep deprivation, chronic stress, and uncertainty. Here are tools that actually help, not by arguing with the thought, but by changing the conditions that fuel it. 1. Name the pattern. Instead of, this is true, try, this is a worst case scenario thought. Naming creates distance without judgment. 2. Regulate first. Slow breathing, grounding, or physical movement help signal safety to the nervous system. Calm the body, access the brain. 3. Shift the question. Replace, what if something terrible happens, with what is actually known right now? 4. Containment. Schedule worry time. When the thought appears, note it and return later. This reduces constant mental scanning. 5. Evidence of coping ability. Instead of asking, what if I can't handle it? Ask, what evidence do I have that I've handled hard things before? Cognitive behavioral therapy doesn't tell people to think positive. It helps them identify thinking patterns shaped by stress, test assumptions gently, rebuild trust in their ability to cope, reduce the emotional charge of intrusive thoughts. Over time, thoughts lose their authority, not because they disappear, but because they're no longer in charge. Worst case thinking isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of a system that learned to stay alert. With the right tools and sometimes the right support, that system can learn something new. Not how to eliminate thoughts, but how to live without being run by them.